because come on, Aurora, you've got a great karma. I'm thinking of you right now. Give me some of that. But let's get into the French singer. Pomme is a successful French singer, songwriter, musician who's released popular songs such as Online Brûleux, Puis Prez, Anxiety, Je suis pas dupe, Paulina, and A Lonely One, etc. She has more than 100,000 followers on Twitter, more than 500,000 followers on Instagram, more than 200,000 followers on Facebook, and more than 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, what I would love to have 400,000 subscribers on my music channel. And I am growing and growing. I have now amassed over, for what it's worth, 680 at the moment, but it says on my page over 500,000 plus, but it's amassed 680. Heading towards the 1,000,000 views, hopefully summer 10,000 subscribers, and it'll continue to really grow for Christmas, so fingers crossed for me. Very happy at the moment. After my COVID, I do need uplifting, and Aurora does that for me in her words and her performances. And so I'm hoping to draw inspiration from the lyrics and relate them to you after the song. So that was a little bit about Pomme. She's from Lyon in Francais. And this is what our Queen has to say about Pomme as well, because it's just one of those things that I like to do. Aurora says, I don't normally do features. I knew a bit about Pomme because she's extremely sweet and very talented. I wanted to include some Frenchness on the opening song as a gift to the castle that gave me a lot of inspiration to finish this album. I asked her if she could write the ending of my song in French, and she wrote a beautiful story about flowers we picked in all of your favorite places. It's an ode to Rosendale. Now that was via Apple Music, and I have the translation. I've got it in two, so you have to bear with me after the video. I've got it in two sections: the translation of the lyrics, and of course the translation from French to English that Pomme has written at the end. So I am really looking forward to this. The images are crystal clear, so I'm expecting the video to be no hiccups. And what is the song about? Everything Matters is track 2 and the 5th single released from Aurora's 3rd studio album, The Gods We Can Touch, released alongside A Dangerous Thing. In an interview with NME, Aurora said, I do often feel like this world is trying to make me focus on all the great miracles, and somehow I feel it makes me miss out on the small ones, and that is sad, because the small miracles happen all the time, sometimes several times a day, and I want to see all of them, because everything matters. The Greek god, it was inspired by Atlas, a titan who is condemned to have to hold up the heavens and the sky for eternity at the Titanomachy, a 10-year series of battles between the Titans and the Olympians. So it's about everything that matters. It's about during the day we miss those magical moments, and she feels that's sad because miracles happen before our eyes. So I'm very intrigued now, very intrigued for the reason. So I hope you enjoy my kind of longish introduction. We'll get going with this video. I'm looking forward. Aurora and Pomme, take it away. Everything Matters from her latest album.
I'm driving your car with you, sleeping in the seat next to me like a baby. You twist and you turn, you are traveling fast like a bird in a dream. Look at it go, look at it dance over the sky like a rocket. A love machine, a cinematic dream, so pure that it hurts when the beauty is lost in the speed. 'Cause everything matters to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. You're a part of the dawn where the light comes from the dark. You're a part of the morning and everything matters. And we are an atom and a star. You're and it hurts. Look at it go, look at it dance over the sky like a rocket. A teacher, a simulated dream, a cure for the hurt and the pleasure you feel is real. You're a part of the dawn where the light comes from the dark. You're a part of the morning and everything matters. So we are an atom and a star. You're a part of the movement and everything matters. To me, to me, to me, to me. To me, to me, to me, to me, to me. Quelque part avant l'aube, quand la lumière veut nous voir, quelque part dans le monde, un oiseau s'endort sans bruit. Toi et moi, dans la nuit, on trouvera quelque part où déposer les fleurs qu'on a cueillies. Part avant l'aube, quand la lumière veut nous voir, quelque part dans le monde, un oiseau s'endort sans bruit. Toi et moi, dans la nuit, on trouvera quelque part où déposer les fleurs qu'on a cueillies. Part avant l'aube, quand la lumière veut nous voir, quelque part dans le monde, un oiseau s'endort sans bruit. Toi et moi, dans la nuit, on trouvera quelque part où déposer les fleurs qu'on a cueillies. Promis, 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 promis.
And believe in what she believes in, because lyrically we've just been blown away and inspired by her. And talking of lyrics, let's get into the lyrics. No more delays. This is live, so just give me a little moment. First one is Aurora. I'm driving your car with sleeping in the seat next to me. Like a baby, you twist and you turn. You're traveling fast like a bird in a dream. Straight away she talks about those many miracles, and for Aurora, through her eyes, we've often gone through a musical journey with her, haven't we, Warriors? And those new to her music, Warriors are her fans, her legion of fans. And we call Aurora, respectfully, our warrior queen because of how she writes lyrically and sings and portrays herself in her actions, in her body language. And we have the utmost respect for her, like everybody does for their idols, we do as well. And when it comes to catching those miracles she talked about in that interview with NME, she talks about the hidden miracles that we don't see. It's beautiful to watch somebody that you admire or love or you're close to, or a friend that's sleeping next to you like a baby. It's something my partner had said to me. He said to me, you know, my name is Lorcan, and he said, Lorcan, when you're on a plane, you immediately fall asleep. And I do. I hate plane journeys. I hate them. And I've gotten into a very good habit of going onto a plane and sitting down, even when I travel to Switzerland or Spain or wherever it is, and I immediately fall asleep for the journey. And I don't wake up till we land. And he said, you sleep like a baby. Now, usually he says I snore, but on a plane I never do. So maybe to cure my snoring, I need to take a lot more flights abroad to different countries. Norway, wouldn't that be beautiful? A big hint to my partner from Spain. Bilbao people are renowned for being like Scottish people. Their purses are very tight when they want to be, but he is a generous person. So you twist and you turn and you're traveling fast like a bird in a dream, says Aurora. The chorus, she continues, look at it go, look at it dance over the sky like a rocket. And that is your feelings of wonderment, your feelings of love. It's like from your heart. It's just floating. And it's so symbolic, her lyrics, that you picture the images straight away. A love machine, a cinematic dream. So it's up there in the sky, like the way we sit in a cinema, glazed to the film that we're watching and absorbing everything about it. We've come there for a reason to watch, and we just watch. And equally, we can watch the feelings. And you know, when you're next to somebody sleeping, you have all these emotions that just explode like fireworks into the sky. It's so pure, it hurts when the beauty is lost in the speed, almost when it's gone past. Or you have a good moment where you think of something happy and you laugh and you want it to continue, but it's a thought. It's a part of the process of getting through the day, but you want more of them, and it goes, and you can't think of any more. And you think, why? Those kind of things. Because as Aurora says, because everything matters to me, to me, to me, to me. And maybe what we need to do is during our day, not think we've had a boring day, but catch those magic moments. Those things that are important to you, to you, to you. Now, Aurora and Palm go on to sing together. You're part of the dawn where the light comes from the dark. You're part of the morning and everything matters. Here we are, an atom and a star. You're part of the movement and everything matters to me, to me, to me. So they're two people in symmetry. They're in the music business. They write, they perform, they love entertaining. And as Aurora beautifully puts it, here we are, an atom and a star. And what do atoms and stars do when they... What usually can happen when atoms and stars come too close together? They combust and explode. Again, it goes back to the beginning where she's looking in the sky and going, oh. So she's here with somebody she admires who's a singer. She's invited to a duet. And our queen is that bright shining star, and the atom is next to her, ready to explode onto the musical scene for us all to hear and see. So thank you for the introduction, Aurora. It continues, I'm watching a storm turn into form in the clouds of the world like a burst. It dances and it twirls on top of the world. It's good. Excuse me, I'm a bit dry today. And then the pre-chorus, look at it go, look at it dance over the sky like a rocket. A teacher, a stimulated dream, a cure for the hurt, and the pleasure you feel is real. I would look at that as many things. Many, many times during the day, even when I've done a musical reaction. I'm not a voice coach, I'm a musical reactor. I always smile when I've downloaded. I think, I hope people react, I hope people comment, I hope people subscribe, all the usual. But I feel accomplished because it's something so joyous that I love doing. I love watching new videos, listening. It's a cure for my hurt, for my past employments where I've been in places where I've been sad because I'm not being creative and doing what I want to do. I'm also an author of 3 novels. They're out on Kindle, but I'm not here to talk about that. And that makes me happy. And the pleasure I feel when I create videos is real. And that's the process during the day. Other things that bring me wonderment and happiness is walking my dog. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. I've been making quite a few Aurora videos to get one downloaded successfully. As I said, hopefully this will be it. And the pleasure I feel continuously, it isn't a chore, it's a pleasure. I've given up the sunshine because when I open up the curtains, the sunshine floods in. My dog jumps off the couch, runs onto the floor, and the pleasure I get in watching him absorb the sun rays and the two of us absorbing the brightness and the light is immeasurable. And it's something we take for granted, but it's one of those miracles Aurora talks about. There's many little things. Even like making a cup of coffee with toast with chocolate spread on top is another miracle. Thank God for chocolate spread. That's a miracle, even though people wouldn't think of it. For me it is. Thank God for chocolate spread. So there it continues. You're part of the dawn and the light comes from the dark. You're part of the morning and everything matters. Here we are, an atom and a star. You're part of the movement and everything matters. To me, to me, to me. But also, you are your own brightest star. And the things that are important to you, bring back into your life. What is it you are not doing? Here's a question, everybody, that this song brings up. What is the one thing that you have stopped doing in the last 10 years that brought you so much pleasure? Do you know what? Make that the atom that goes and bring it back into your life. You deserve it. So we go to the French part where Pom was singing and the translation. It begins somewhere before dawn when the light wants to see us. Somewhere in the world, a bird falls asleep without a sound. You and me, in the middle of the night, we will find somewhere to drop off. The flowers we picked. Leave before dawn. What a beautiful poetic symbolism of really talking about, here we are, before the dawn rises, we're going to spend time together, we're going to sleep together, we're going to wake up in each other's arms. And it's like the fresh flower in the field that you smell. It brings nothing but joy and immense pleasure thinking about this. And that's beautiful. And then it talks the flowers we picked. It continues, leave before dawn. When the light wants us to see, somewhere in the world, a bird falls asleep without a sound. You and me, you and me. It's always a case of what makes us happy, and we never know, and we get through days upon days without knowing. And it talks about the light. We're like birds that fall asleep, and because we're but when we do catch those magic moments during the day that make us smile and we go, I wish that happened the other day, or I wish that happened last week. We're like birds, not the sleeping bird, the bird that's chirping away talking about it. But it's catching those moments and going, wow, and embracing them. Look for them. And I guarantee just around the corner, they're looking back at you. Now, somewhere to drop off. Now, the flowers, it finally continues, we picked before dawn. When the light wants us to see, somewhere in the world, a bird falls asleep without a sound. You and me, in the night, we will find somewhere to drop off. The flowers that we picked. We've all heard the expression, haven't we, everybody? The Garden of Eden. And the Garden of Eden conjures up many thoughts in your head about, wow. And the Garden of Eden is usually symbolic with those that have died and their spirit has passed away. But you can be alive to experience the Garden of Eden. It's all around you. I look behind me. They are my partners. I'm pointing to them many, many maps of around the world. He's an avid collector of geography books and maps. In the corner are all my writing stuff, all up here at the top, my notes, my books. I love anything medical, so I have lots of like medical references just there, and I have different languages and favorite videos. They're magic moments during they're like magic flowers that I pick at random and read and absorb. They're the magic moments Aurora's talking about. They are around us, everybody, as she says, and it's just for you to open the eyes, embrace them, and enjoy them. And remember, the biggest magic moment every day is you and your existence on this earth, because you're all here for a reason. Think about that as well. So that's my interpretation of the lyrics. And I absolutely love the song, loved being introduced to Pom. Thank you, Aurora. Your album has just done astronomical sales all around the world. And it's entered England's charts as well, and many singles have been featured around the world, and this is the 5th one, wow, to be released from your album. And I'll just give a shout out to that particular album. As always, there'll be links in the description below, and it's called The Guards That We Can Touch, so look out for the link in my description below and Aurora's links, and I'll put Pom's as well. Until the next time, thank you for listening. Aurora and Pom, big kisses. I'm better. Fingers crossed, third time lucky.